Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode of Friday Night Explore, we're going to explore some Sultai Amalgam. So, the idea of this deck comes from Prized Amalgam, which states that whenever a creature enters, if it enters from my graveyard, or when you cast it from the graveyard, this creature also enters at the beginning of the end step, tapped. But it does enter, so if this card is in your graveyard, you kind of get a free creature as long as you summon another creature from your graveyard, which we can do with Nacromoeba. If we milled it, it just comes into play. We can also do with Silversmote Ghoul, which if we gain more than 3 lives in a turn, it just comes into play. And we can also do with Bloodghast. If it's in the graveyard and we make a land drop, it just comes into play. So this deck is kind of separated into 3 different categories. One is the cards that you want to mill into the graveyard because it will be free. We got these free cards. And the other ones are the mill cards. Here are the mill cards. And then we have some sort of additional components to the deck to help the deck goes through. And that's right here. So instead of talking about the deck from the normal land base, I'm going to talk about it to those categories. So number 1 is going to be our mill cards. How are we going to mill? Well, we have 4 Otherworldly Gaze and 4 Stitcher Supplier for turn 1. We got blue or black. We can mill ourselves very, very easily and put things in the graveyard. Turn 2, we have 4 Cash Grab and 4 Dredger's Insight, which also we can target ourselves to mill ourselves very easily. And we also have 2 Witherbloom Command, which is a pretty good card to not only mill ourselves, but kill a creature our opponent controls. -3/-1 kills a lot of elves. And really, in the not standard Explorer, Pioneer, you want to be able to kill those Landward Elves, and sometimes you got to kill those rats. All right, so this is what we want to play on turn 1. Very good list of turn 1. Or turn 1. This is what we want to play on mills. What very good list of mill cards. We got cards that we can continuously mill, like Flashback on the Otherworldly Gaze, and we got cards that gain us life with Dredger's Insight, so that every time we bring a creature back from our graveyard, we gain life. No matter it's hand or onto play, we're going to gain life. And multiple Dredger's Insight can gain us a lot of life very quickly. So then the other side of that is what we want to mill into our graveyard. So we got 4 Nacromoeba. Sorry, Narcomoeba. It's a different card. Narcomoeba is the same as, I think, Nacromoeba. I forgot what the other card is called, but I think it's... I might be thinking of a different card. The point is, this card is a 2 mana, 1/1 flying, which sounds a terrible rate. But if this card is milled into your graveyard, just come into play right away, which is fantastic. So we never want to draw it, we just want to mill it. And if we happen to have it in our hand, we have to discard it somehow. The other card is Bloodghast. Also 2 mana, 2/1, not a good stat. Can't block, makes it even worse. If your opponent has 10 life or less, it does get haste. But the best thing about that is whenever you drop a landfall, you can just bring it from your graveyard to play. That's great. Silversmote Ghoul, 4 Silversmote Ghouls can be brought into play whenever we gain 3 lives in a turn, and whenever we gain 3 lives on our turn, and we can always sacrifice it for 2 mana to draw a card. So if it's in play and we don't want it, we can sack it to draw cards and bring it back later by gaining 3 life. Prized Amalgam, I already talked about, comes into play by itself, the heart of the deck. And then we also have 4 Creeping Chill, a very good card to kind of trigger the whole chain, because if you mill Creeping Chill, you can just use it to deal 3 damage to your opponent and gain 3 life. But not only that, it says if you do, it deals 3 damage. It doesn't say you may cast it for free. So it's not a spell, it's an ability, which means that it cannot be countered. Pretty good ability, I would say. And when you deal 3 damage, guess what? Where is it? Silversmote Ghoul gets that 3 life gain, and then it comes into play. And when Silversmote Ghoul comes into play, a creature is coming into play from your graveyard, so you bring in Prized Amalgam. So that's kind of the chain that you want to happen. But in Explorer, the game is still pretty competitive and fast, so you have to have some early game interactions. The best part about this deck is that there's sometimes you're going to draw a bunch of dead cards, right? These cards you don't want in your hand. So what happens when you have dead cards in your hand? Feed them to the Collective Brutality. This is a very good card. 2 mana, escalate by discarding a card in your hand. So you can make your opponent discard an instant sorcery card, make a creature -2/-2, or make your opponent lose 2 life and you gain 2 life. All these modes are pretty useful because, well, -2/-2 I already talked about, kill elves. pretty good. Reveal a card in their hand. You know, if they have a graveyard hate or something that you have to take out, like a counter spell from their hand, you can make them discard it. And if you want to make your opponent lose life, that's always pretty good because you don't need to bring them to 0. As long as they're below 10, Bloodghast gains haste, and they'll get to 0 very quickly. So yeah, Collective Brutality is a pretty good card in this deck. We also have one Driven. Driven Despair in this deck is pretty good because we have a lot of cheap creature that doesn't do much. We can play Driven so that whenever a creature would deal combat damage, we get to draw a card. So you get a lot of card draws from Driven, but I can also mill it. If we happen to mill it, we can cast a Despair Side. Whenever a creature deals combat damage, our opponent discards a card. So we can get rid of their whole hand. Not only that, it also gives them Menace, Menace. That's pretty good because then most of our opponent can't block our little chumps, and we can get rid of a lot of cards in our hand, in our opponent's hand. The last card that I see a lot of people try, and I also wanted to try, is Haunted Dead. Haunted Dead is a 4-mana 2/2 when it enters to get a 1/1 Flying Spirit. That's a terrible raid. But we can also pay 2, discard 2 cards from our hand to just return this from the graveyard to play. And that's pretty good for a deck that wants to return things into play, right? So Haunted Dead can do just that. And then the land base, we got one of each basic lands for Sultai, so island, swamp, forest, and then one of each of the shock lands. So we got 4 Watery Grave, 4 Overgrown Tomb, 4 Breeding Pool, and then we got 3 Mana Confluence to fix our lands if we need any sort of land fix. One additional thing that I also changed in this deck is I took out all the fast lands. I don't need fast lands. I can just use ping lands. The life is not going to matter. We got Dredger Insight and we have Creeping Chill. We're going to gain a lot of life. So I just want to make sure that I'm going to be able to play the lands I want and get the mana immediately, no matter what turn it is. So that's going to help with all these dual lands or shock lands. So 18 lands total in the deck, of course. It's very short on lands because, well, the cards we're going to play is 1 and 2, and at most maybe 3 mana. So that's pretty much it. And let's see how this deck does. Alright, our opponent is the Raging Pirate. Very ambitious Raging Pirate we got. We're going first. Okay. This is a much better hand because the mana base is more spread out. So I like that. Let's say hi. What I really don't like is the fact that I keep drawing Bloodghast. I mill 3 cards. Those are not the cards I wanted to mill. Elf. We killed the elf, right? I think we killed the elf. So what can this do? Minus, and I can mill. What does this do? -2, I can discard a card to make him do more stuff. What else does it do? -2, -2. Alright, well, I'm gonna attack first. I know he's gonna block. I think I'm gonna Wither Bloom here. Because I can mill and minus. I'm gonna mill. And I get to return a land. Return a Breeding Pool? And then Amoeba comes in. Take action. A lot of cards I can discard from my hand though. So I could make him discard a card. I can -2, -2 on his health. It's got 1 mana, right? Could it be a Spell Pierce? I guess let's find out. You reveal a card, minus, also you. Submit 1 for the first one, submit 1 for the second one. Well, then I didn't have to play a... Well, I had to play a land, because otherwise I won't get the black mana. Did he have a Spell Pierce? Wow, okay. Spectral Denial. Stubborn Denial. Winter Night Stories, so it's that kind of deck. Well, let's take out the story so you guys know card draw, right? There will be a lot of counter spells. How much do I care about that? Stitcher Supplier some more. We're getting our damage through. One way or another, we're getting our damage through. Driven will be pretty good, but he'll counter it. Maybe. Well, this is counter unless you pay 1. And this is also counter unless you pay 1, so... Let's see how good this is. I do have the 1 to pay. Unless it has 2 Stubborn Denial, then I guess we get denied. Alright. Draw 3 cards. That's pretty good. Cash grab, Prized Amalgam, finally a land. Okay, we'll play the land. Despair is going to make him discard, which I don't think that matters as much. But what could he play here? The Teamer Battlecrier. Do I just hold off on the Bloodghast? He is at 10, so the bunch of Bloodghast we can deal. I mean, we don't need to hold off, right? Take action. Take action. If he plays a creature, I'm going to cash grab. And he can counter that, but it will tap him out pretty hard. Costs 1 less. So I will make him counter in response right now. On a cash grab. If he counters, I make him discard his hand. So I think that's pretty good. There's a Stubborn Denial. Now he's tapped out. I drew a land. Well, this is not going to get haste. So this will give me the Bloodghast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can only deal 7, but I could make him discard his hand. Oh. Just didn't want to ball at all? I don't. I'm all menace. I could read. Menashe. GG. Alrighty. Our opponent is Underdark 24. Is Underdark the one from Baldur's Gate? I forgot what it's under something. And I remember because I keep dying there. Alright. Bloodghast is not great. Witherbloom is also not great, but we got Otherworldly Gaze, so maybe we just hope that this one lander get us there. That'll work in mulligan, right? I also don't want a Creeping Chill in my hand, so I got a dead card, dead card, dead card. That's too many dead cards. I think I should mulligan that. This is better. And I don't need this in my hand. Perfect. So we'll start with this. Wait a lot. I say hey. What's going on? Hollow Fountain. Oh boy. Fighting against a control deck is always scary. I get a Necromoeba. I would like that in play. I get a Stitcher Supplier. So, do we cash grab here, or do we just Stitcher Supplier to mill 3 more? What does cash grab do? Cash grab's also not bad. I'm gonna attack, for sure. If he doesn't do anything, I cash grab. 2 mana. I mean, if he counters it, what would I do next? Cash grab again? Let's see it. Maybe he'll counter. Cash grab is not bad. It's gonna hold up a counter spell for sure. No, I was letting this happen. I'll bring back the Stitcher Supplier. Creeping Chill does 3 damage. Okay. Does he have an exile ability or something? No. So I'll play the Stitcher Supplier, because that's all I got right now. And I mill 3 more. I got the Creeping Chill. And I can bring back the zombie. Let's see what happens next. It's a scrappy little board here. Oh, it's a Lotus Field deck. Oh boy. Okay. It's gonna counter that ability. I mean, I'm not gonna do anything in response to that. Lotus Field is scary. But he is tapped out now. I can only deal 5 damage. If I get more Creeping Chills, then I can win, but You never know. These are not creeping chills. I think I have to do it like this. Alright, so my plan is Collective Brutality to make him lose some life. So I want two things. Also you. I had to discard a cash grab, which is kind of funny. I get to remove an instant or sorcery, so perhaps this will matter. Discontinuity is fun. He could get lost. He could farewell me. If he farewells me, I just die, right? So I don't want that to happen. I had to take that out. Gotta take out the farewell. And now that he's at 10, bring back the Bloodghast. And we'll put the Citrus Supplier because everybody's tapped out anyways. Maybe I mill something good. If I mill another Bloodghast, I'll be pretty sad, but you never know. I did mill another Bloodghast. And we'll take the Necromoeba. Everybody in. Down to 3. Not quite there, but close. He has a discontinuity, and he has a Shark Typhoon. He's probably going to discontinue my turn. So I'm not going to use the Otherworldly Gaze. If he wants to discontinue me, I will gaze it in response. Yeah. I'll gaze it in response. Maybe I'll get a chill. I did not get a chill. I don't get to draw an extra card, right? I still think a Collective Brutality is a pretty good card, so I'm going to keep it. My turn! It ended. I can't really do anything with this turn anyway, so... He bought himself another turn, goes up to 7 mana. See if it helps him. I got 2 Creeping Chills, right? Oh wait, not here. I got 2 more Creeping Chills in the deck. Oh, he's gonna do this to me again? Back-to-back discontinuity. Back-to-back Otherworldly Gaze. That is not it. That's not. I can do back-to-back Otherworldly Gaze again. If this needs to happen till he gets to 8 mana, it happens till he gets to 8 mana. He's got some Psycho cards now? Yeah, it looks like it. Don't think he's gonna get lost here. That Psycho card doesn't look to be good. A fairy? Oh boy. By itself?
Trust me. You'll thank me later.
He has 4 mana next turn for something. Let's see what it is. Because he gets 4 mana. Oh, okay, no, he's gonna get 6 mana. Alright. If he gets 6 mana, he can actually do something, right? That's a good plan. Uh-oh. Let's see if he has another discontinuity. He doesn't. So I'm gonna... How many do I have? I want to get a land, so let me hit the let me hit this. Oh. Well, I don't want any of those because I want to land, but this also does 3 damage, so he has to counter it right away. It's not a spell, it's an ability. Did you just die? Alright. Instant GG. Nice blue-eye control. Lotus Field deck you got there. Too bad you can't counter my spells. Alright, our opponent is Benitron. Benitron. We go first. Is this a good hand? No, but I'll keep it anyways. Honestly, the cash grabs have been kind of funky. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm also not saying they're good. They're just kind of funky. And also the Collective Brutality is kind of tricky. Alright, Knights is something we can answer. But it also kind of brings the question of what the hell is this deck? I do want a green mana, right? I kind of need that green mana, so I'll keep it. Those two other cards can go. Amoeba's just going to come in. And now we will play the Tomb. Bring back our Bloodghast. And we will collect the Brutality. Am I discarding 3 cards? 2 cards, right? 1, 2. I'm discarding 2 cards to do this. So this. First discard. Second discard. Monster's Rage. Bitter Triumph. No idea what deck this is. I don't really care about the Bitter Triumph, so let's take out the Rage. But I can't gain life no more. Kind of tricky, right? I need to gain life, but I can't with the with this. But they can also Bitter Triumph me. Oh man, if I can't gain life, I can't get any part of this deck to work. So do we gaze here? I think we gaze. Because this cannot bring back the Collective Brutality if I need another one. So maybe gaze is better. I already have a land to play, so let's gaze first. Don't need that. This is not bad, but discard 2 cards, return this. Create a 1/1 Flying Spirit. That's not very good. Honestly, it's not very useful either. I just toss everything. Then we hope to draw a not bad card. Okay, not bad card. It's Manache, so I can't really block. Might as well attack. He can pump his Knight. Big freaking deal. I can't gain life, but I think the gain life triggers still work. I'm not sure. I didn't get the Creeping Chill anyways. Alright. I don't know how else I'm gonna get through this. Second Dust. Wow. Didn't pump. Also wow. Okay, well, let's do this first. We mill 4 cards. And we get to return... I don't want to return either of those. Enter if a creature... So yeah, I just decline, right? They're all gonna come back. I think I keep the Stitcher. I can... how many do I get back? 3 3s. 3 3 3s. That's a lot. I can hold this breeding pool, I think. Yeah, I can hold this breeding pool because it will bring back Bloodghast if I'm able. I don't actually have any Bloodghast. Well, it didn't matter. I didn't know what I was thinking. Well, I guess I could have 2 cards and return this back to the battlefield for a spirit. And just fly over his head. Yeah. My Amalgam. They are very prized. Their Knight of the Dusk Shadow, though, can deal damage to me. Because I can't block both. Because of the Manache. What I mean to say is I cannot block both. But if they both attack, then they will die from the backswing. So... Shieldred. Well, I don't draw extra cards. But that is scary. If I just go all in here, he can block 3 of these, so it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He only takes 5. But I think I still do it, right? Hey, math is for blockers. Let's see how he wants to block. He blocked the Prized Amalgam. Double block the Prized Amalgam. He's down to 3. Discard 2 cards. I will bring back the Haunted Dead. I get a Spirit and 2 Prized Amalgams. I don't gain life. He does gain life, but I mean, I guess I shouldn't have attacked with the amoebas. I don't know. I'm still trying to learn the best way to play this deck. I might have messed that up. All right, I take 4. I take 8, 9, 10. Is that lethal? I take 3. He didn't pump. Oh, he can't pump. I go to 1, but does... Nah. GG. That was a cool lizard, but... I'm pretty sure if I held the amoebas, I would not take as much damage. That was a mistake, but still won. Alright, our opponent is... Enlighten Omega. Is this Sloth? He's the normal Omega. This guy's Enlightened. He's so Enlightened, he gets to go first. Alright, Yorion. How much graveyard hate does a Yorion deck have? Because I got all the mills. And I also got a good start. So let's get this party started. Mill 3 cards. Wow. That's an insane start. This is my turn 1. They went first, but that was my turn 1. Alright, you're gonna take some damage. He took some damage. Alright, I'm gonna play the cash grab, I think. Omen, huh? I'm gonna respond to that Omen. I think I take the Stitcher Supplier. Yeah, opponent goes first, otherwise he would be way dead. But our hand was insane in the beginning. Second mill not as good, but I'll take it. Oh no! Gonna hit my black? My black source. Oh look, I have another one. Okay. He tried to hit my black source and he missed. So gotta punish him for that by attacking. And then we will Stitcher Supplier again. Get to chill him. And then we will Dredger's Insight. And we can bring something back. I'll bring the Stitcher Supplier back. The Amoeba comes in from the outside. And we gain the life. And then Amalgam comes in from the outside. And we gain the life. Alright, so he could DOJ me this turn. He cannot Sunfall yet. That's important, right? Not getting Sunfall here means that the Stitcher Suppliers are going to die. And when the Stitcher Suppliers die, they will mill 3 each, which can hit another Creeping Chill. And Amalgam says whenever a creature enters from your graveyard, or if it's cast from the graveyard. So I don't really have any way to cast from the graveyard. But hey, we got really far ahead really quickly. This deck is This deck is very luck dependent, but when you get that lucky draw, feels good. And this is with our opponent going first. Can you imagine if we went first? They'd be already dead on turn 3. Eat your heart out, Mono Red. That's a cool dragon. Hey, you burned my card, dragon. That's not cool. Look, my rock doesn't do that. Oh, Salty Rage, or Salty Rope. I mean, it's fair. You give me Salty. That was a really good opener. But, you know, you can just quit if you don't want to play this game out. Just go to the next game. We all understand that. Please don't just rope out on me. Yep. I mean, if he has like a land and a Day of Judgment or a Supreme Verdict, he clears the board, which means that he's not going to lose immediately next turn. But if he just ropes out like that, oh, another Creeping Chill. Okay, I'm pretty sure he's going to lose. And more ropes. He probably has one interaction, but one interaction is not going to take out this board. If he had an extra land, maybe he has Aetherize. That would hurt a lot. Actually, does it? I don't know, but rope hurts the most. When you can't win, hurt your opponent the most by roping. That's what I learned from Arena. That's what everybody does, apparently. Look at these cats. Don't be sad. You can't be sad when you look at all those cats, right? Also, this raccoon. Everybody loves this I love this raccoon meme. It's so funny. I don't even know where... I know what the meme is from. I don't know where they got that raccoon like dancing in a circle from, but I love it. Alright, GG. Let's give him a good GG. You're playing a cool deck. Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm playing an unfair deck. Bye. Alright, our opponent is Robotto. Robotto? Can I go first? Thank you. This is not a good go first hand. Blue? Not blue. I have the mulligan, but I mean, how many dead cards do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 dead cards. We'll mulligan that. Is this worse? I feel like it's worse. Don't want to mull down to 5, but these are all kind of dead cards. I have to mull down to 5 here. Ooh. Alright, mull down to 5. We'll keep. I don't want this chill. And I also don't want... Is it Cash Grab or Dredger's Insight that I don't want? Maybe it's Cash Grab. I know it's an instant and all, but Dredger's Insight can give me some life. Don't know what they're playing. I'm down to 5 cards. Do I want that extra card on the mill? I mean, that extra card... No, I have Otherworldly Gaze. I have plenty of mill if I need to do that. Green. Elves. Let's wait till the end phase first. Then we will gaze. Do I need this 3rd land? So I'm gonna toss the land and just play the Brutality? No. Right? This is kind of tricky, because I guess I can just Brutality their creature. Not do anything else. I'm gonna draw a card anyways. Oh, much better. Minus. Mill. No. Almost milled my opponent like an idiot. Minus. Mill. Minus myself. Minus this little elf. No elves for you. Unfortunately, do not mill any good cards here. So, take them damages. What do I even want to get here? Oh, another elf. Okay. And then another elf. I think I have to try to hit it, but I did not. So, Collective Brutality here is fine. Minus reveal. I only want to discard 1 card. So, reveal. Minus 1 of the elves. Discard the Bloodghast. They don't have anything yet. It's just that deck with 3 elves in the opener. Alright. I've intertapped. I don't think I'll get there. There's too much There's too much stuff going on. Oh, gross troll. I mean, I forgot to put a stop, so let's just put the Dredgers inside here. I could put this in my hand. What would it do in my hand? Dude, this mill is so bad. If I gain 3 or more life in a turn, I can return this from a graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Do I want that in my hand? The answer is no. We just attack with the amoebas. I mean, he's just gonna play another troll, right? Yeah, he's gonna play another troll and attack with this troll. Ow. Let's gaze it. Maybe I can get some not bad cards. Oh boy. Okay, I cannot get some not bad cards. I do need a land. Not gonna say no to that land. Then we'll draw. Then we will attack. This attack is important. Because I want him to block. Haha, sucker. Shouldn't have blocked. Let's bring it back. Put another Dredger's inside. We'll mill 4 cards. I could bring out Haunted Dead, I guess. Yes, to the battlefield. Look at all that life I'm gaining. Oh, I gained more than 3 life. Hey, how's that 3 Landware Elf opening going for you? Look at this board, man. Oh boy. Love it. He's got 4 mana. Oh no. Moving Wallity. You gonna attack? Bring it on. I put a stop here anyways, because I don't know if I want to Parcast this. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I want to Otherworldly Gaze either. Oh man, okay, fine. That was a mistake. Now, knowing what I was gonna draw, I guess that's a mistake. So he blocks 3. He takes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not exactly lethal. They're all trample, so is there any reason for not attacking? They're all trample. It would be done not to attack. I can sack those to draw cards, but I don't think I want to do that. Bring him down to 4. Play this Haunted Dead. I don't gain any life, but I got 4 flyers now. You gotta have reach, or you die. He has reach. Alright, fine. Yeah, just draw the card you need at the moment you need it. He gets a forest. At least, I mean, forest is still scary, right? Another elf. Oh, he's letting this go through. He's at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can block. He can probably block all the creatures here. So I think I just Otherworldly Gaze to try to draw a card. Is there an? Do I need to draw this card? No. The Gaze is to put cards in the graveyard. Then I can try to Bloodghast. Try to discard cards for Bloodghast? No, right? We'll draw a card first. Alright, so I could draw a card and discard 2 cards, hoping that one of them is a land. I mean, I don't discard 2 cards. The Haunted Dead is in my hand. What am I trying to say here? So I could play the Bloodghast. That's not going to be great. You can also Otherworldly Gaze to see what we can hit. That surveils 3. This mills 3. But no, this surveil 3 is more important. sack it to draw a card, and then I can bring it back. I sack him to draw a card, and I can bring it back. But I should just do this during combat, I think. Down to 1. Now mill 3. Nope, you cannot mill the right cards. You're getting a lot of life, but I don't know if this a lot of life is going to be enough to fight what he has next turn. This is a big board. And he's at 1. But hey, 1 is not 0, and that's usually how you die. So can I sustain 28 damage? I don't think so. If he gets a board pump or something. I don't know if that math checked out. Was there any way for me to get there? Also, where's my Silversmote Ghoul? I gained more than 3 life in that turn. At the beginning of my end. Okay, that was not the beginning of my end.
Bet you've never been hugged by a Kraken before.
Curious. Something I can handle. Alright, GG. Good game, yeah. He did not draw his that land that taps for devotion. I forgot what it's called. But yeah, that's why we won. Yay! Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those creeping amalgam games, how does this deck feel? Isn't it a crazy deck? This combo is so strong. And you don't need any real rares in the deck outside of the lands. Prized Amalgam is a rare. Okay, I lied when I said you don't need any rares. The Prized Amalgam is a rare. And I think there was another rare here. Yeah, Narcomoeba is a rare. And Bloodghast, I'm pretty sure if you're playing Aether Drift Standard, you're getting all these Bloodghasts anyways. So those are kind of the rares that you need. Dredger's Insight's uncommon. Cash grab you can change out with any other mill cards, but it's a common. Keeping Chill's uncommon, Silvermote's uncommon. So you can have a lot of uncommon cards and get this deck kind of working and cranking correctly. Collective Brutality, you're probably going to have to craft that if you don't have it. Not a lot of people have this card. But if you want to play this deck, oh, you saw how good Collective Brutality is in this deck. It's got great synergy. And Driven and Despair, you know, we only really got to use it once. But the one time we used it, it was beautiful. We got to use it twice. The normal side and the Aftermath side. So, yeah, I think it's good. I think it's a pretty good card. So this whole deck worked, I think, swimmingly. There is one small change that I would make if I were to play this again. This Haunted Dead card, I think it's not bad, right? It's 2 mana to discard 2 cards. A lot of times when you have dead cards in your hand, this is not too bad. But we already discard a lot of cards with Collective Brutality already. So there's not really that often a scenario where discarding the card is actually helping us. The problem a lot is we couldn't discard the card because we don't have enough cards in our hand. And that would have been an issue. So if you like Haunted Dead, that's fine. You can keep that in your deck. But I think I found another card that I think I like better. Skeleton? Is that what it's called? This is going to give me all the skeletons now. Or it's just going to lag. That works too. I think it's crashing. No, don't put that in the deck. Come on. Where is it? Not this one. This is Persistent Specimen is not that good of a card, even though it's a 1 mana play. And then you have these ones that, you know, require different things to happen. This is the one I'm talking about. Reassembling Skeleton. The 2 mana, just bring it back into play. And every time you do that, you bring all the Prized Amalgam back, and you can just start dealing damage with that. I don't think this is that good of a card. So if you want to kind of slot this out for a Reassembling Skeleton, you can have one. That doesn't hurt too much. And that's kind of the idea that I thought about editing this deck if I were to edit. And also Cash Grab, it's okay, but there is another card, the Golgari card, the 2 mana Golgari card that also mills. I forgot what it's called, but the one that everyone runs in Grease Fang. See, I'm always gonna forget what that card is called. It is Grizzly Savage, right? This card, both instant, but this mills 5. This only mills 4. And this is return a permanent card, but the only other permanent card that you couldn't return with Grizzly Savage is Dredger's Insight. So I think this might work better or just as good. The only difference is that because it's Golgari, you need to have that black pit. Where here, it could be a blue mana and this still will work, or another green mana and this will still work. Maybe it's a 2-2. I don't know, but this version of the deck runs just fine. I think everything with this version runs just fine. You can take out Haunted Dead for a reassembling skeleton if you want that more consistency, but Haunted Dead also give us a flyer, which we can fly over and deal that damage for lethal. So both are acceptable plays, and it's a very strong deck. Really cheap, but very strong deck. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.